All right, good morning, everyone. Let's start with the Draftkings slate for today, October 19th. So this is the early and afternoon window. I ran the optimizer. Sometimes I like to do 99% exposure just to see who we get a lot of originally. Yeah, I think these guys are all in play. But yeah, no one I want 80% exposure to. So, when I run it for real, I'll do like 40% max. Yeah, these are pretty good for running back. I like Conley a lot. I think he's important to keep the ball out of Colorado's hands. McRae's pretty cheap. He's unfortunately priced kind of. So, and then receiver, same thing. I just, even if somebody's popping like this, I still want 40% just because it's so variant. So let's do that, and let's do the 40%. There's guys I just want exposure to. At quarterback, let's talk there. Calandria is somebody I always play. Altmaier is kind of interesting. He has really improved, I think, and he has good receivers, so I'll take a shot there. Raiola's somebody I want. He's just too cheap here. You can do well against Indiana. So, and then I'll start. Are we getting Thorn? Yeah, we're getting Thorn, which is fine. This is a good amount of Thorn, 15%. I know on Fanduel he was coming out at 70%, and that's way too much. But wow, Zach Pyron's really expensive. He's starting for Haynes King today. So Riley Leonard, somebody I always play. Cam Ward, huge ceiling. We're getting Noah already. So and then I'll work on some stack rolls that because I don't want to stack universally, because some guys like or not Calandria, but like Riley Leonard, he can run a lot himself, so he doesn't need to be stacked. So Rourke isn't really a runner, so I'll stack with I haven't done the stack boost much, but I'll do it. Let's see how it goes. And then Raiola, I want Banks. Calandria, I want one of Fields or Courtney. Cameron, yeah. Cam Ward, I want one of Restrepo, Gordon, or Arroyo. Who else? Oh. Fafita, I want T-Mac. But I think if I just do receiver, that's fine. So these are, I think this is a good place to start. Oh yeah. Altmaier too. And sometimes I'll boost the exposure if like somebody like McRae, I think I'll still be over the field on. I'm probably gonna cap the Noel situation. All right. Yeah, so we have all our guys in. I do want some of the Illinois receivers, but I do like where we're at. So we'll run it again and give it another look, and then we'll move on to Fanduel. Let's see, do we get our Franklin? I like a lot. There's some nice pieces on Illinois. I think Mullings might. If we look at the running backs, I think Mullings might go under the radar. I'll add a little of him in, but nothing crazy. Oh, where's Cade? Do we have Klubnik? Yeah, Klubnik. Klubnik, we could do something different. We could do running back and receiver, because I'm fine with Maffa in there too. And then I think we're ready to move on to Fanduel. Let's see. So we got, looks like we're getting a lot of Maffa. The tight end, bringing Stool, he had a huge game last week, so fine with the mix. I like that Ward Rule gave us Arroyo. He's usually pretty cheap. The nice thing about Ward is there's guys at every price point to stack him with. Arroyo. Yeah, just 36K. Or 3,600, I mean. All right, so that's good for Draftkings. Now on to Fanduel. Will the larger slate because of the night games. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, obviously the Georgia Texas game is going to be a banger, but maybe not for fantasy. Um, so I'll do some of the same rules like um let's see. Who's different at quarterback that I like on FanDuel? Um, so this Fafita rule, I'm trying to generate a game stack with him, McMillan, and then one of the Colorado receivers. Um, yours is intriguing. Actually, I want some of. I think yours and back are so cheap that they could have big games. There's a few nice guys in this range. Um, Pyron was expensive on DraftKings, but I think he's in play on FanDuel. So it was giving a lot here. I'll just run it raw to show, but it was giving a lot of Peyton Thorne. He's fine to mix in, but I don't know. I just can't trust him as a main lineup kind of guy. I like Raiola. He's cheap on both sites. He's probably the cheapest you could realistically go. Um, yeah, Garrett Green's kind of like you can't do 65% Thorn. So I'll make everyone running back. I really like a few guys, so I'll see. Sometimes the rules can be too restrictive. So Klubnik, I did running back and receiver rule, but I don't want 50% of Mafa. So this is showing me I have to delete that rule or make it into something else. All right. because that was taking away when it was giving me all the Mafa, it wasn't giving me Dylan Sampson, who I think's super strong, especially Nico's just not producing right now for Tennessee. So Sampson just has huge touchdown equity. Even at 10K is just fair. That's just what he should be. He's one of the best producing running backs in college football. Let's look at some national stats real quick. All right, so one guy I like a lot is Malachi Fields. He's kind of being held down because he only has 3 touchdowns, but the volume's just really good. And this doesn't even reflect targets. Um, Obviously, we have Hunter Restrepo, I like a lot. And then let's go back to national rushing. Obviously, Genti, but look who's second at in rushing touchdowns. So 10K is just a fair price. That's what he should be. Tennessee isn't getting much. This is a great site I like. This is CFB stats. I mean, you get what you need. There aren't like fancy stuff, but here's Nico. And then you can filter in conference, which is what matters. He just has 1 TD in his 3 SEC games. He's young. He's young. So he hasn't been great for fantasy, which has put a lot um, on Dylan Sampson. And then conversely, Thorne's a veteran. He's been okay in his spots for Auburn. Our guy Diego, sadly not on this slate because of they're playing a non-conference game today. So, but Carson Beck's interesting. 324 yards a game in SEC play, 8 touchdowns. So I definitely want some exposure. So let's get back to FanDuel and see where we're at with the 40%. So 40% Klubnik, fine. I'll probably boost up Cam Ward a little. And then I like Riley Leonard more than the projections do. So I'll probably he's been awesome. So he's probably my quarterback 2 on this slate. But I'm getting a good mix of guys. Guys I'm willing to take a shot on. And then our staples like Klubnik. Running back, yeah, a lot of Samson. These 5 guys are all fine. You can keep a tight core at running back. And then receiver, Malachi Fields, we just showed. I like him a lot. Franklin, I like a lot as a cheap play. The Colorado guys are all fine. Are we getting Shador? Yeah, we're getting some Shador, which we like. So, yeah, yours is super intriguing. And then I really do think I kind of want to be overweight on Beck just because Texas is basically, if you look through their box scores, they've played replacement level quarterbacks. So Ewers is somebody I want, and see, I'll manipulate the percentages to make sure I get guys in. So let's see. We haven't gotten any Arroyo, but Yeah, this is a good group of receivers. I'm pretty in line with our projections on the receivers. Um, and then let me talk about some props I like. So this is kind of what I did for pick six. I or not pick six, the like protected play for prize picks. I know it's late, but you can mix and match. Pavia, I really like this under. We talked about him. He's reportedly banged up, and it's the non-conference games, so I like the under here. Sims has struggled as a passer dating back to his Nebraska days, and obviously Scadaboo's amazing, so he'll get a lot of touches himself. So hopefully there's not much left after. And then Horton is just a really strong receiver. I like him a lot today in DFS and in props. And then these two kind of correlate where Tuttle, it's just a lot of passing yards for what the way they're running their offense this year. And so if he's not passing a lot, then I think Mullings is doing a lot of work. They had the bye week. So I'm hoping to see a lot of Mullings and Edwards. Um, I think that's what I have for today. Thank you for watching and have a great Saturday and enjoy the games.